Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Now, this is going to be a Warthunder video, but it's not going to actually have any gameplay. This is going to be on how to make, well, sort of a boring-looking tank for camo look nice. Now, as you notice, my tank looks a little bit different. Let me actually just take off these decals here. And you're probably thinking, well, Sherman, what's the point of this? You know, it's only got the one camo. But that's the sort of magic of this. I'm going to show you how to turn this boring camo into something different. And as you probably notice, for those who are really observant, my tank looks a little bit different. And that's for color scheme. Now, you have your camouflage rotation, which changes, well, the rotation of your camouflage. Let me actually see. The more I bring it down, it actually rotates over. Now, if you're really that picky about it, you could go ahead and select what sort of pattern you like. Actually, I'm really sort of liking that. Let me bring it to like, let's go like that. Now, one thing, if for those who have the Firefly, and even with some other tanks, I'm just using this tank as an example because, well, it's just got your standard U.S. Army green. And what you can do is this camo is actually a tricolor camo. And I can show that to you because if you change up the scale, you can change it to make it look like it's just a full-on green. But if you actually scale it back down, you see you've got more of the darker olive drab next to the sage. And if I even change the rotation a bit to where I had it previously, you actually can see there's a bit of brown added to it, like a bit of a tan. And actually that looks fairly nice. But I'm going to bring this all the way down to negative 171 apparently. But that will pretty much be that once I get to pretty much where I want it. I kind of want to see some of the tan a bit. Let me just go ahead and select this and bring it back down. Because I had it where I had a fair bit of tan showing, and it looked really nice. Now, I'm probably thinking, okay, that's gotta be it. Now, here's your camouflage condition. This actually adds the wear and tear onto your camouflage. So let's bring it all the way up to 100 or 98, whatever you want to consider. And that makes it have sort of like a factory fresh, brand new sort of camo, although with a little bit of wear on the seams. Now, that's all cool and dandy. Matter of fact, I really like the way this looks, but to me, this looks a little bit too new. Now, you could bring it down all the way to here to really give it that sort of, this tank's been through hell look. And this looks gorgeous. And whoever did the actual model for the actual detailing, props to you. This looks golden. Now, this does add some nice colors to your tank, but it does also wash out the camouflage quite a bit. And this does look really cool, and it does add quite a bit of wear and tear to the camo. But what you could do is you could find out on what sort of one works for you. If you do like the sort of, you know, it just came out of the factory, you know, wants to keep it sort of that look, that's fine. But for right now, I'm going to go with more detail because I love the tank that looks like it's just been through absolute hell. And I am going to keep this on, by the way. This is the Polish insignia for armored forces with a little scorpion going through it. This is the emblem of 1st Squadron, 4th Armored Regiment for Poland. And actually, did look it up. That red triangle is the Polish armored forces. So I'm going to keep that on. Oop, now I know what to do. Let's go back to customization. And now there's also quite a few decals here. I don't have many unlocked, but the one that I am going to use, I think is in Allied Tanks, is, yes, this one, which is the other decal that comes for this tank. Now, it's designed to take up 3 slots. When you first get this tank, there will be 3 slots taken for your decals. And that's because this goes right there initially, and this one goes right here. Now, the reason why it takes up 3 slots instead of 2, because you think, okay, I can just mirror it. Well, let's do that. Let's go to Edit Decal, and let's make this 2-sided. And I'll show you why it's that way. Because it ends up like that. They're off, or these 2 plates are off center. So what I'm actually going to do with this is I'm going to move it so it's like my original, what I had before, or I can actually move it right there. No, I'm not going to do it right there. That'd be stupid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it there. Put it right there, like I had previously. And I don't like that scale. Let's go up a little bit bigger. Alright. I'm trying to use the touchpad for this, and it's not the easiest thing in the world. Let's put it like that. That is fine. In fact, that actually looks really nice. Now, the actual Scorpion logo itself. This can be a little bit touchy because it's designed to be on the side of a turret. Now, I am thinking about leaving it just there, but you know me. I will do this just for the video. I'm thinking about putting it, why not right there? That's actually a fairly good spot for it. Except, let's edit and not make it 2-sided. There. That works very well, actually. Now that that's there, of course that does add like a nice red marker to just shoot me there, but that's perfectly fine. This is all just for fun right now. I'm not sure if I'll actually keep it this way, but I do like the way this looks. Now there is one issue. The decals don't get the wear and tear, so you gotta be very selective on your decals. And which is why I had what I had previously, where I just had the digit. Let's, it being 1, because hey, me being Sherman 01 or 001, whatever you want to call it, I just put a 1 right there. And I actually had it 2-sided because where it lands over there is perfectly fine. And then I had like the kill count right here, which was fairly nice, but I just didn't have as many as I actually wanted for whatever. So I'm probably gonna like change the number around. Let's make it a I don't know. I don't know. Let's make this a 3. Why not? And oop, bumped my mic. Sorry about that. And so let's go ahead and do that, and let's bring it over and shrink it down just a little bit so it fits in, because this is a bigger number rather than 1, and 3 fits over there beautifully. So let's keep that there. Now we go to let's go to the second decal, and let's add something interesting. Now, if you haven't really noticed, actually, because I really haven't done a video on it or anything, if I go over to my Japanese planes, you'll notice something quite interesting. On the tail, I have the heart with the plane going through it. Now, that's sort of my emblem of recognition that I love this plane and I'm going to keep it. Same thing goes with Germany when it comes to the one that's very noticeable, is one on my P-47, where you've got the Romanian symbol right there. I really like the way that looks, and so I kept it on, and that's for, excuse me, just burped a bit, sorry. And I've kept that for, all of my planes that I absolutely love, and I'm going to keep into some sort of weird playlist. Same thing goes with here. And of course I have my different presets as well, and what reason why I keep the emblem on there is because it tells me I want to keep that plane for a preset. So like I have my tier 1 stuff here, then I've got my tier 3 stuff like that. That's sort of how I organized it. I have my tanks as well. And let's actually go to like the Panzer IV F2, and let's do the customization on this, because as you should know, actually this one I just have the number 14 on and that weird symbol. Interesting. I don't have my actual symbol. There's one other camo for this, and that's the Winter Camouflage, which you can't preview. I do like how you can do that, which just turns your tank white. And also, like, you'd probably think that could be quite boring, but the same thing, the same rule applies here as well. You can just switch it over to it looks like it's been beaten and not taken care of, or you can have factory fresh. Same thing goes with this as well, determining what you'd want, and same thing here. So, all that works, but we're not going to be looking at that at the moment. We're going to be working on my Firefly. Now, what I usually would like to do for this, and I don't really have an emblem picked out yet for my tanks, for like an emblem that signifies I love this tank and I'm going to keep it forever. And I'm not entirely sure what I want. And I really actually like that scorpion emblem. That emblem that looks nice. And so let's go ahead and let's find one. Actually, I'm going to replace the number, because even though I like the number... Hell, wait. No. Yeah, I'm going to keep the number, but I'm actually going to change it. Let's change it to like a 7. Only problem is, though, is when you do this, is the number stands out horrifically. And that's one thing. Now, this up here, that stands out a bit, but that's understandable. It does have a bit of a wear to it. This blends in beautifully. And so this really does not blend in all too well. And that's kind of one reason why I wish I had numbers such as like the German numbers, or some of the other ones. Like some of these just blend in absolutely fantastic. So let's find something else. And now you could go with something such as this, but even then you're adding, I mean, look at the contrast. Contrast is just, ugh, way too bright. So again, it comes down to a final balance on how things contrast and match up with your tank. And so you may not have like what you're planning, like you have something like that, but it just stands out tremendously. Even that, let's try finding something. Now that blends in. That actually works very well, but it's not what I'm after. So, let's look at a few other things. Now, actually, the Canadian roundel, which I'm not going to put this on, but I'm just doing this for example. Let's see, this blends in because it keeps the effect of the wear and tear on it. Same thing goes with the Australian, and same thing goes with, I think this is what, Royal New Zealand Air Force, alright. And I think that goes with this as well, even though that still stands out quite a bit. That is just horrific. So we're going to try finding something, and I did this one before, and that's just painting a target right on the side. And I have this I got, and just because, well, I could, and it looks fairly nice. It says, "Who said that you couldn't fly?" Or the bee, sorry. Now, but again, I am doing a Polish tank, so that comes down to, well, the only thing that really matches would be some of the Russian stuff. And now the Russian numbers, which is something I really like, and this is the reason why I use it on my Panzer IV with the 14, is because the number actually sort of blends in a bit compared to your normal digits. And even the text does as well. Which that says what, by the way? Mali Theater for the front, interesting. Reserves for Stalin. Russia doesn't really have too good of sayings. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to use one of these Russian numbers. And let's go ahead and edit it and make it fit a little bit better anyway. I think do I want this one up more towards the front, or do I want to keep it towards the back? Let's keep it towards the back for now. Oop, come on. There we go. Again, using a touchpad, not the easiest thing in the world. So that does fit over there beautifully. Unfortunately, I can't change the sun, so we do have a shadow over there. And that sort of, that works. And so now we could go. Oop, completely sorry about that. Freaking thing decided I want to stop recording. So, completely sorry about that. And so we could go with like an encryption there, which that actually does work. But the thing is that we're out of slots. So that does suck. And I really wish I could keep that there. What does that actually say? Oops. Not what I wanted to do. Which one did I have? I had this one. Okay, so yeah, same thing. Alright, and so... Oop. Timer went off. Sorry about that. Restart. Anyway, this is going to be a little bit longer of a video. This is just going to be more of straight up customization. And what I'm mainly trying to accomplish here is just to kind of tell you that even though like some of these main camos here are sort of bland, and you kind of wish there was something, don't judge it just yet. Go into the customizer thingy and try it out and see if you can find something you like. And so that's what I'm doing here as well. So I've got my my number, which I actually love having a number on my tank, which I also have that huge long serial number up there. But I'm just trying to find ourselves a good encryption. So that's Russian tanks, but the thing is I don't play as Russia for tanks, so that doesn't even matter. Now, one downside to having this tank is it's a British tank, and things aren't in the game yet for Britain. So the only tank decals you could have are these Polish ones. You can't have, you know, these or anything like that because it only says for like Russia and USA, and that's because they haven't implemented for British tanks yet. So that really sucks. Some of those are fairly nice. Now you've also got your war flags and digits, of course, but let's go back to victory marks because I think I'm just going to leave it for the sake of the video and for my sanity. I'm just going to leave it to what it was previously, which is the Balkenkreuz. And so I'm going to actually line this up right there, right? Let's go with it right there. That works. And so now we've got our tank. Now it does look different from what it did before, and I actually really like it. I love the way that you got the sort of nastiness of, you know, not taking care of the tank, and the more you change this around, like things become a little bit cleaner for decals, stuff like that. And matter of fact, this actually looks really nice as well, the sort of brand new look. But I think for the sake of it and the sake of me loving detail, I'm going to leave it down to like 25% or 24. And you can get really in depth with that for what you like. But anyway, that's been sort of my sort of customization tutorial / description thingy for describing and how this works. I'm probably going to change this up later on, but this is just for, you know, sake of video. And hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next episode.